Two London lads.
Two lads from London, and we have a theatre company in Thailand.
Woohoo! And I'm Jake.
And I'm Jason.
And this is
Abstract Chats.
It's not for kids and not for grown-ups.
Let's chat about it. Come on, what are we going to do?
We're going to chat about this guy.
Spooky! Happy Halloween! We always say to the kids, like, no matter what time of the year it is, Happy Halloween, Merry Christmas.
No, I'm always like Merry Christmas.
It's always Merry Christmas.
And then
Happy Easter.
now we have a lot of like...
I love saying Merry Birthday.
A lot of students that don't celebrate Christmas. So now I just say Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday. Every day. Every day's
Happy
a
birthday.
Every day's a birthday with Abstract Kids.
I was going to tell everyone a trick. Like, this is a very, 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 very exclusive trick. If you want a kid to like you, you just say, like, happy birthday when it's not their birthday. And they go like this. They go, what? They do. No. They're like mind blown.
Should I give them the trick?
Oh, go on. It's the age one, isn't it?
Yeah. So when a kid, you say to a kid, how old are you? And then if they say 77, you say 77 years old. Their mind will go, no, I'm not 77, I'm 7.
And then you're like 770. They're like,
7,707,777.7. And they're like, oh my God. Instant best friends.
It never gets old either.
Never gets old.
I mean, they get old, but technically the joke never gets old.
They get older by the second, apparently. But what's funny is I do it, then he'll do it, or the other way around, and then they'll be like so confused. They'll be like, am I 77? Everyone thinks it.
You have one kid that's like crying or screaming or going, mama. And then as soon as you say, oh, how old are you? And they're like, 6. And then you're like, 66. That's it. Done.
Got them
in. Like anyone.
No, but it is funny though.
Yeah, it's actually quite funny.
Anyway, use that trick if you want, all right?
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's exclusive.
Use that trick. Everyone's just going to be...
Everyone's
you
going to
go out on the streets now. 66.
77. 88.
The whole world
still don't know what
is
this
mental.
6-7
I
thing is.
don't get it.
I still don't know.
I don't want to get it.
A kid done that in the talent show on Monday and came up and was like, I'm going to do 6-7 story. And he talked about this kid, a story. It was like a scary story about a kid. And then he said 6-7. And then he came off stage. And I was like, what just happened?
What is it? Come on, educate us.
It's just a meme.
Yeah, it's just a meme. It doesn't really mean any. Originally, it came from a song or something, but
Right.
it doesn't really mean anything. They just like to say
That's
it
why
and
it's
get
funny.
you
It's
to
It's
say
funny.
it.
It's just us saying kapow or like,
Yeah.
It's just
Like, all right, guys, do this activity in your workbook. I'm going to give you about 6-7 minutes, and then all the kids will say 6-7.
okay.
You know what? No one really
That was a good explanation, Arnie.
admits to the fact that it's so difficult to keep up with all this stuff with the kids nowadays.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like they just it's just too much.
It's hard. It's a lot for us. And I think we're actually really good with it because we're always talking to the kids. But if you
Imagine being a parent.
Imagine not being a parent and then talking to a kid.
Imagine being a kid and then talking to a parent who's not a parent.
What the? Imagine not. What the? Imagine being what the?
Exactly. Which brings us perfectly on to talking about abstract
I
kids.
don't even know where we are.
So today, I feel like we're going to talk about what we actually do and what do we do, like physically
we do?
in the physical world.
Let's chat
What do
about
we
that.
do?
Let's chat about
What are we doing?
So, it all started 3 years ago in the year 2002.
3.5.
Huh?
3.5.
2001.
3.5 years.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time. Anyway, we won't get into this conversation again. So, go on then. What do we do?
You set it up so nicely.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so it all started 3.5 years ago.
Wow, what is
In the year 2002. Is that what you said? Or 2022?
3.5. 6-7.
What is going on? This one is
This is like our
this
shows.
is more fun. Yeah, this is good. Okay, 2022. And we started
2002.
doing some stuff.
So, as you might have known from our previous podcast, we mentioned that we'd done a bit of ABC drama, done some camps, but the first ever thing we ever done was, as Abstract Kids officially, was a free workshop
do you remember?
at ABC, and then we done one at Elephant Reserve.
At the Elephant
because
Reserve.
Cash and Cortland were there, and I remember them so well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the twins.
The pictures help you remember, because sometimes when I remember back, I think about
Yeah.
the picture we posted on Instagram and the poster we posted. I'm like, oh, that one.
It's like a little memory book, isn't it? Yeah, we did a free workshop because we're business geniuses. And then we were like, let's hook all of the kids in because as soon as they arrive, they won't be able to ever leave us.
Yeah.
And it happened. We've still got kids for like over 4 years from that free workshop.
We were doing quite a lot of free workshops.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of free ones.
We were just doing them because we were doing them for fun.
Yeah, we're doing them because we wanted to do them. But I remember it was the Abstract Zoo, wasn't it? Was the Abstract Zoo?
The Abstract Chew?
The Abstract Zoo, right?
Zoo, remember? The
Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then,
that was one of our first ones.
I think that was the first one.
No, because we had Matthew by then and he filmed it. So we done that one in Utopia.
All right, I was wrong. It was a museum.
It was a museum. I was
It was
just
a
going to
museum.
say.
Okay, it was like the Abstract Museum, and it was a lot of like using your bodies and all these
We've
kind of
gone
things.
back to that one a few times and it's evolved and it's got better.
Yeah,
which
it
is going to
has.
be a subject we're going to talk about today.
Evolving and getting better.
Yeah, it's true. Because, it's like starting this business, even like the posters that we used to make and stuff and everything was just like, but I remember that thing I always said, our first video was that Pokemon video. And I was like, let's throw some Pokeballs. I still use that term now. And it was just this idea of like, let's just play, let's just try things. We're good at what we do. It's going to work out. As long as we're taking them little steps, we're going to keep taking steps and we're going to get further along our journey, right?
Yeah, you still say it now. Every time we make a video, it's like, let's just throw some Pokeballs.
It's a little reminder that like, it's never going to be
is.
perfect, but we're striving towards the best version of us, right?
Yeah.
And our products become that. Over the last 3 years, our camps, our workshops, our classes have become so much more whole. You know, it's a good way to put it. Where should we begin? Oh my God. Like,
From the beginning.
Yeah,
So our first workshop was the free one. And then after that, I believe we started using like themes, right? We chose like Matilda and Pokemon.
we were doing 2-day workshops.
And we were trying to
for
do
a
like a
while.
2-day workshop to try and book people in because the more time you spend with a kid, obviously the more they can get out of it and more we get out of it and more we can create.
We done, should we talk about like workshops for a little bit then? Like these workshops we used to do? Because I think a big part of it was, like you just said, like it was like a journey. We wanted to take the kids on this immersive adventure where we would play characters, take them on a journey and have a product at the end. So I was Professor Poke for Pokemon and you were Nurse Joy. And there was this whole story at the Elephant Reserve that all the Pokemon had been stolen and Nurse Joy was like, oh, the Pokemon had gone missing. So Professor Poke had to take all the kids to go and find all the Pokemon, and as we found them to take them to Nurse Joy, we were unlocking the mystery of who was stealing the Pokemon. And eventually, wasn't it the elephant?
Wasn't it me?
Oh, didn't we find the
Joy.
elephant? And then we went back and then we found out it was Nurse Joy. She was you got them for me. It was like the twist and the twist.
Yeah, she ended up being the evil one.
Yeah.
And we only had like 8 kids or so.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think it was 10. But it was just so nice. It was so
we were
fully immersive the whole time.
Out in nature. We were learning skills along the way. We were like done a dance and we were learning how to work the stage and how to project, and like we were doing all these skills, but the kids were hooked because it was so much fun, and it was like their curiosity was like, oh, who's doing this? And then by the end they felt like they achieved something beyond just the learning.
I think us, especially, I know we've spoken about it, I just felt the magic in those moments. Like we were doing something that hadn't really been done before, like ever. It's kind of true though, because it was something unique. It was different. The kids were really so immersed that they believed the story, and if anything, they were creating the story to go with it as well.
Constantly.
Like it's constant improvisation, but the kids are
live.
in the story, so it's not improvisation for them. It's truth. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, which made us
natural.
It just made us really go down this direction.
What was the first thing? Like on our Now Let's Imagine was always our thing at the start, because it was like we want to create these worlds and like almost like, okay, now let's imagine we're here and let's have fun with it. You know, let's go into this imagination and play with it and be present as well. Like be live with it. Like let it go in any direction it wants to go. You know, don't over plan it to the point where you're like, oh no, we can't do it this way. It's like,
it's true.
Yeah, that's not what life's about.
But what we did learn is to not do 2-day workshops. Not midweek, because it doesn't work. People are like at school, it didn't really work. So we learned a lot of mistakes on this journey. Like, not learned a lot of mistakes, we learned from our mistakes.
Yeah.
But we were just playing, right? We were
Yeah.
throwing Pokeballs.
Lots
We were
of
just
positive-
trying,
exactly.
and we worked out what works
Making-
well with the environment we're in and with the clients that we have or the students.
And at the time, we were building a community, and it was just me and Jake at this point. And now we have a beautiful team.
This guy.
Yep. But it was me, you on the bike, like, you know,
Oh my
driving
gosh.
up with stuff. We didn't have much. We didn't have an
Yeah,
office.
yeah.
We didn't have prop. We was just slowly building community and like.
And
you know,
those of the people at home that have never been to Phuket, Thailand, you will actually realize when you come here, like half of the year is pure rain. It's just raining all the time. So when we were on our bikes driving like an hour to go and do a workshop or something, it would just drench us. It was chaos. And at the time, we couldn't even afford a taxi. It's actually true. We were like, couldn't afford a taxi to get anywhere safe or dry.
we were building at
We
that
were
point.
just, driving our bikes, eating the cheapest food ever.
We were with our posters, handing them out to shops and driving around to hotels.
I remember that. So crazy.
You know, we didn't have an online presence or anything. We were just brand
Yeah.
new. But anyone
And
that
then it was
starts,
just word of mouth, I think, for us
Yeah.
more than anything.
because we were just sharing, and we still do. We just sharing what we do. That's why it's so authentic. Because, and I think that's why it works so well. Is because we're not making this up. We're doing what we love, and we're sharing that with the world, I guess. And like that's why that's why
it's working.
It's
Yeah,
growing, isn't it?
'cause you're sharing your soul with people, and it's vibrating on them.
Yeah.
On them. Well, through them.
And so
After that, we actually made our first ever camp. Do you remember our first ever camp?
I do.
What was it?
We don't talk about it.
It was. We don't
We
talk about
don't
it.
talk about Bruno. No. We don't talk about Bruno.
The kids were obsessed. Encanto had just come out.
I'm
They
obsessed
were
still now.
obsessed, and then we watched it, and we were just like, okay, we have to do it. It was
Mate,
just perfect.
When that track dropped, the one
Surface pressure.
surface pressure, I
You
was
were
like,
obsessed.
what is going on with this one? I was hooked.
It was so good. And then at the time, we were making like videos, like reels to advertise
Yeah.
them. And we dragged our friends in, and we were going to like the flower park, whatever
Should
they're
go
called.
back and watch that one.
The florist park, Botanical Gardens.
Yeah, with
and then we went there, and then we were just like filming, and it was.
And
everything was just put all of our energy into one thing.
And I realized how good I was at playing Dolores, the
Oh yeah. You were very good. You were very good.
you
But-
and Lisa coming with the shopping bags. Do you
Yeah,
remember
I
going out of the
remember.
gym?
Gosh, we had to go in public and film
just
dressed as these crazy characters.
Just doing silly things.
Yeah, it was good. And then that was our first ever camp. The set was so trash. It was like it was like 2 or 3
It was alright.
canvases hung up at this beautiful elephant hut. And it wasn't very, very nice. But the show was amazing.
Show was good, and we just adapted it to be like, and this is where we started doing with our shows. We're not like, right, here's a script, learn your lines on the Monday. We don't like doing it like that. We meet the kids on a Monday, and we done a whole workshop being like, if you was in the house of the madrigals, is that what they're called? I think I haven't watched it in a while. Forgive me, please. What would be your power? Like, what speak? Oh, I love animals. Maybe you could speak to animals. You do a whole workshop to build these ideas with the kids, and then on the Tuesday, that kid is the person who talks to animals, and we weave that into the play. So it was like the story of Encanto, but it was told from this new family. Oh yeah, the new generation, wasn't it? We said it was the new generation
It was in the
coming
future.
through, and it
So
just
basically just on top of that, our camps are like a 5-day event.
Yes.
So the kids would join us on the Monday, and then by the Friday we will have a show, a production with songs, dances, costume, lights, everything. So it's quite a big thing for a kid to learn a show in a week. It's actually kind of crazy. It's crazy for us as well, which is why we're always probably learning our lines on a Thursday night, because we do so much.
it's crazy.
Like on the we try to pre-write a script, but it doesn't really work, does it?
We have like an idea and a skeleton.
A skeleton.
The themes
yeah.
are there, and the values, and all these
Yeah.
things.
But when we meet the kids, everything changes. So then we spend up until like 1 a.m. sometimes, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
on the Monday. Writing the script and then going back and forth on so many ideas, and then it also develops throughout the week.
the beauty of it.
It's something that's always changing. It's never one thing, is it?
it's fun.
It's always shifting and adapting, and it always ends up being like a beautiful thing.
I always say if
Friday.
you get too far ahead, you like end up tripping over your own thoughts, and then you get there, and then you've got like this plan, and then you have to give space. You have to give space for it to be what it needs to be in the moment, rather than like, this is the play and this is what we're going to do. It's
Yeah,
restricting that
exactly.
way because you might not have the right people for that. And they're kids, like they have different quirks and humor and, and sometimes there's like a joke of the week that ends up going into the play,
This is what I love. Okay, so in total, we've probably done like 30 odd camps now over the years. And every single camp kind of correlates with what's happening in our personal lives.
It's in
like,
sync.
it's always in sync. It's insane. It's insanely in sync. Everything that happens, like leading up to it, or during the camp, or in our personal lives, or even in our extended families' lives, this inspiration everywhere, which ends up going into the script or into the show
the
or
zeitgeist.
into everything. It's like it's flow, I guess.
It's flow. That's why I believe that like we're doing the right thing, because when you see them things, it's like when you're in the sync, but when you're in sync, it means that you're on the right path. It means that you're in flow with what the universe is trying to provide, and so you're dancing with it, and even if it can be a bit stressful, it doesn't mean that it's not a good thing,
Yeah, agreed.
So but that happens a lot.
Should we go through like what are your 3 favorite camps? It'll be interesting to see whether we have the same ones.
That's a hard question. I hate doing favorites because I'm always like, depends how I'm feeling. Okay.
Okay, on this day right now,
Okay.
because we do this with the kids. On this day right now, what is your favorite?
I think some of the recent ones. So, it's so hard to say because, okay, Lego, I'm going to say. No, Lego was so, just because I think Lego surprised me how good it was. And this came from like me and Tia were doing Lego, who's one of the other teachers, my sister, but we were doing Lego. We was like, this is so therapeutic doing Lego. We should do a Lego camp. And then we told Jake and he's like, oh, that's a good idea. And then it just built into this thing. But Lego ended up being such a meditative thing.
It was so spiritual, so
Like,
deeply spiritual.
Yeah. And then we had this lovely kind of like, it's so like you're just focused, it becomes self-reflective, and then this whole concept of like the building blocks of life, and this story just came out of it about this mum and this child who was
They were disconnected from each other,
they were
weren't
disconnected, and she was obsessed with Lego, and she was obsessed with like just getting lost in this world. She was struggling to connect with her kid, and then we delved into the layers of reality, let's say, and the Lego people were having a self-reflection and realizing that there's more to this world, that there is another space beyond the light, beyond the table.
Yeah, the Lego people, the characters found out what they were and realized that there was someone beyond them. And then by the end of the play, it was also the beyond them, which was actually you and I.
Yeah.
In the end, there was also a beyond us.
We were being played with too. Right?
Yeah,
by
we were like
forces.
the master builders, like playing around with it, like as if we were playing with toys.
Yeah, because we wrote the script and we directed it, so we were playing that meta idea that we were in control, but we weren't in control. Like we just spoke about before, the universe was in control in a way, but we were dancing with it, and it's such a
And then right at the end, actually,
idea.
we had these Lego figurines
men.
of
Yeah,
us,
Tia got us in
and
the
then
literally.
the kids just put them on the stage and they started controlling us. And then at the same time, they moved the Lego, we moved, and then it was just like, for me, the message was talking about like infinity, and there's always a beyond. Whatever's happening in your life, there's always something to go beyond.
time and space.
No
just
matter
never
how
ends.
high you get in your spiritual life, there's always a beyond. It's just it is.
Yeah. And
And that's what we taught 5-year-olds.
in a very abstract way. But that's the point, that play, and it ended up being quite wholesome. Like a few parents were crying at the end. Like it was very wholesome.
Crying
It was
how
very
bad it was.
spiritual.
They're like,
It was very fun because it was like the kids got to be Lego characters, ninjas and whatever they wanted to be. And it ended up just being a surprisingly well-rounded story.
Yeah, it
And
was.
doing Lego all week was just super fun as well.
Okay, that's your favorite. Then
that-
I should do one favorite as well.
that was the first one that popped into my head, but I love them all, man. I don't want to, I do.
I love them all
I could
differently.
talk about them like,
My
Go on.
favorite, I mean, I've kind of got 2, but I'll save one of them because I think that's what shifted us as a company. We'll go into that one, which you know.
yeah.
But before that, my favorite is probably heroes and villains. I think because for me, the set was so simple. It was just a giant yin yang behind us. And then we had like the dark and we had the light. And it was so simple to decorate the scene. And then also I played yin and you played yang, or the other way around.
one of the two.
One of the others. And having that as like yin yang personified was also so fun to play, because if you were like a really high energy and really loud and crazy, then I would like act as if I was a bit shy or a bit like below you, and then we'd always switch because yin yang's always flowing.
Balance.
And yeah, we taught the kids about balance that week, and we had the heroes and we had the villains, and then they were like realizing that they can't live without each other. They have to be there. Like the heroes need the villains as much as the villains need the heroes. It doesn't work without it.
Yeah, the dark needs the light and the light needs the dark.
Yeah. And I love this quote. I don't know how I heard it, but it was like, the dark think they are the light, but the light know they are the dark. Pretty deep. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, so then we then also love the idea of the heroes and villains, and we were like, we want to like make things easier on ourselves, and we were like, okay, let's just repeat the play and go from the other perspective. And it was villains versus heroes. In the end, it ended up being a completely different show. Yeah, like this.
V is the villains. V is the villains.
It was a completely different show, but it was from the villains' perspective. They destroyed the whole world. It was like apocalyptic vibes. They destroyed everything.
They were taking all the resources, all the magic, so they could do what they want with it.
And then they destroyed themselves. And then when there was nothing left to destroy, they realized that they needed the light.
Like we used that fundamental story, like with the heroes and villains, it was like good versus evil, and how this creates a story and conflict and then resolution, and the good always wins. But then we wanted to just like break that up, abstract it, as we like to say, and look into it a little bit more.
We have both parts within us. It's not straightforward. We're not just light. We're not just dark.
You're the good guy. It's not like it's
not
so much
like
more complicated than that.
Yeah. Okay, one more thing on camp. And I think we'll both say it. What's our worst camp that we've done?
The worst camp ever, or can I?
No, in our company.
Okay.
Should we do it three?
In our company?
As abstract kids. Should we say it in three?
All right, go on.
3, 2, 1.
Wednesday.
Look,
no hate to the kids. The kids done a great job.
Yeah,
it was
the kids were
fault.
amazing. It was our fault. Look, it wasn't bad. It was probably like a 7, 8 out of 10. But what happened is, because everything was matching up with life, we wrote about this sickness in the play, like this color that was taking over everyone, right?
And I know.
And then real life situation, the kids started getting sick that week.
Yeah, a lot of the kids
and then
were
all
sick.
the kids were sick, and it was
Coughing
like
and
coming
down.
around a little bit.
Friday was so
But
difficult.
We were like, the show must go on. We can't just not let these kids do it. And then because we cast Wednesday to be this like monotone, colorless person,
big mistake.
And the 3 main people were like this character who Jenna Ortega plays like so wonderfully.
Doing it on stage,
but
with
doing
young
that on
kids.
stage, it just brought the whole energy of the show to like. It's like it couldn't break through that barrier that we always break through.
If I was to do it again, I would have had. Well, I'm sure you would agree with this. Like I would have had them be like the antagonist to her. They would have been like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and been really fun and different, and still that Wednesday vibe, but being more silly with it because we was like, right, you don't blink. We were trying to copy that. We shouldn't have copied it. There's a lesson there though, because we don't want to copy things. We want to adapt them, evolve them, make them ours. Make them different.
Exactly. And we predicted the future there because this was 2 years ago, right? And I played Lady Gaga Adams.
Yes.
And she came out.
Now she's in it.
She came out and she did a dance to it was Bloody Mary at the time, wasn't it? And I was like in the middle of the ball that we had within our play, and I was just dancing and vibing. The kids were loving it. And then 2 years later, she's now in the Addams Family.
Mate, do you remember the Harry Potter one? We done Harry Potter and the Dark Cloud.
Oh my gosh!
One of our first plays actually, first Halloween play that was, and then we spoke about this dark cloud that was looming over Hogwarts, and that was the whole storyline, and it was a whole big thing. And then what happened during the play? The biggest dark cloud I've seen in Phuket loomed over. At the end of the play, we had to cancel the camp next week because the whole of the elephant reserve flooded.
Well, everything flooded.
And we were like, what have we done?
It was the worst flood in Phuket for like years.
We had to cancel 2 days.
We couldn't get out of the house. Do you remember?
We were flooded.
Our house was on stilts, but we still couldn't get out because the whole area was flooded. Anyway. And that was, us. You're welcome.
Yeah, but that happens a lot. Like it even happened in Villains. There was so many things going on, but
even film camp, right? There was a moment where we were trying to film an argument, and we had about 30 kids, and they were meant to argue with each other.
Oh, this is Life Without Color.
Yeah, Life Without Color, which you can see on YouTube. But we there was just
We
tension.
created that energy.
created this energy, and then they all naturally started arguing, and they were like fighting each other, and not fighting, but they were just, everyone was being spiteful to each other.
It was
and
getting
the
a bit
energy
much.
was just out of the place.
It was our responsibility to calm that down.
But then we did get it on film, and it ended up being perfect.
Yes, and then we had a nice talk with them. Jake said a few nice things to them, I remember. And then, in that point, it was raining, and then we calmed them all down, had a nice moment with them, and they learned about their emotions in that moment. So it was all good. It was all meant to be that way. And then the rain stopped. Do you remember when we all calmed down? The rain stopped, and we was like, see, we are in control of who we are and what we're doing.
I remember saying that to them in my speech. I was like, at the end of my speech, the rain will stop because it will start brightening up. And then as soon as I finished, it all stopped.
Because it's like symbiosis. It's like I always say like we're dancing, but we are creating, it's action and cause. It's like, it's telling you what you need to do, but you also need to work with it. And like, you are responsible for the energy in the room. And like, if we then just went, oh, everyone, you're arguing, I've had enough, and cut the thing down, what would we have learned? You know?
Trash.
We've gone with it. And
Camps mean a lot to us, okay?
I think camps do mean a lot to us.
We spend a lot of our lives and energy and time, like we do not sleep during a week of camp. It's the most draining, tiring, exhausting thing I've ever experienced in my life.
It's hard because it's so
you
hot.
give everything to it. But the reward at the end is so worth it.
Because the kids are with us and we're really spending time with them. We're really building skills.
Yeah. And I learned so much from the kids. When you have like 30 kids all creating a show, you learn so much from them.
Man.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
So many camps are in my head now, like even like space camp, talking about black holes with the kids and like what is life beyond ours and all these.
Yeah, it was insane.
Life beyond the stars, should I say.
I think we could do way more on camps. But
Gods
last
and
one.
monsters. Oh, sorry, there's so many.
Last one. The one that shifted everything for us. We'll do the 3, 2, 1 again.
That shifted everything for us.
That shifted
Okay,
everything. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Avatar. Yeah, Children of Atlantis.
Yeah. That was our first one. It was our first one using AI to create a poster. And then B, I've exposed myself. I've exposed us. No, B, it also
No, that was the first time. Like,
was our own fully original script.
Because we were often taking plays like Encanto and changing them, or even Harry Potter and changing them. But we loved doing that. We was like, you know what? After Wednesday, because remember Wednesday, someone was like, "Oh, you're not Jenna Ortega's agent. You can't use that." And we was like, but then it made us reflect a little bit. And I was like, you know what? We are capable of doing our own things, and we don't want to do other people's stuff. So
they were always original. I will say that they were always original because we write our own scripts.
They were just
we
based
just take
off
inspiration, and like we'll talk about this guy soon, and we'll go into his own thing. But I've lost my train of thought.
No, we were always like, we weren't copying ever or taking like movie scripts or anything. We were just using them as inspiration. You know, like Wednesday was about a story about she was allergic to color, and it was like set anyway. But everyone had different powers. But then Avatar Children of Atlantis, I mean, in a way, we took the idea from Avatar and the Na'vi, but we made this whole story about these kids who got sucked down this big tree. And I'd done one of my favorite songs ever, Wriggle. By Cosmo Sheldrick. That was a great song, and the kids loved that one. But The Tree of Life, and it was this story about nature versus technology, and which was a bit of a subject matter at the time, and it still is. But like we said, AI was just coming through, and everyone was talking about it. And the
there was
Na'vi.
time travel in it. There was a Na'vi from
Ancient
the actual Avatar. There was
civilization.
ancient civilizations. There was 2 flipping daughters. Do you
flipping
remember
daughters,
this? So funny. We had 2 kids that just wanted to flip. That's what they wanted
Ella
to
and
do in the
Zuri.
play. So we were like, hey, you can be in it. And then they ended up being the flipping
princesses.
around. They were like these princesses.
And King Atlas, who was played by Matthew, one of our old teachers at the time, he came on and he was just like, my beautiful flipping daughters. It was just so funny.
So funny. That was the biggest reaction we've ever had from the audience.
No one's laughed since. Anyway,
it changed everything. I think because we combined so many different themes, and it was our own original one, and then after
just
that
took
it
it
was
to a
just
new level.
Just plowing through our own original stuff.
and then we done Gods and Monsters, and we done like it was just based off bigger ideas and themes rather than like a TV show or a movie. You know,
Is it done or did?
I did it.
I don't know, because I was wondering this, because you say done a lot, and I'm like, is it a London thing? Because you're always like, oh, we done this, we done Gods and
done
Monsters,
that.
and I'm like, but is it did?
I did it.
Or am I doing it wrong?
I think
Fact checker. Is it a London thing?
It's a London thing. Squirt, 2 lads from London, and we opened a theatre company in Thailand.
Because like we done Wednesday, or we did Wednesday, or I don't know what's the grammatic
We
way?
performed Wednesday.
Come on, you can check whilst we stare
Arnie, pull it up.
aimlessly at the ceiling.
I've got to stop. I'm always like in the mic like this. Sorry, Arnie. But yes, theatre gives such a space to explore, to critically assess our emotions, to critically assess a situation in a safe space and a fun space where it becomes led by story and fun instead of like sitting at a desk and being like, what is this? And no, that's right and that's wrong. Enough. It's just
You can do anything. You can
so-
explore anything. You can
such
do
a
anything.
powerful
You can,
space, isn't it?
Yeah. It's,
you know, I learned so much, and like it helps me as well. Like when we do these things, like we learn more about the subject matter, AI, space, whatever it is. I have got on a rabbit hole about black holes during space. Now I know stuff about black holes, but very interesting.
yeah, we're always learning and evolving. Should we talk about the one thing that we do that we don't tell anyone that we do, but we end up doing the most?
Classes. No, I'm joking. I know what you're going to say.
It's the one thing that we always said from the beginning. We do not want to do this, and then we end up doing them almost every weekend now.
I'll give you a clue.
It's moving your shoulders.
That's our class, the moving the shoulder class.
It's a moving the shoulder class.
Out now, Fridays. Sign up now.
I'd actually go to that.
Me too.
Another 3, 2, 1. Birthday
Birthdays.
parties.
In the sink.
Yeah, gosh. Like, we always said from the beginning, I don't want to do any birthday parties.
I ain't doing it.
Only for the kids
Like
that
Oliver
we...
once said, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, ain't doing it. Only for the kids that we... Not that we like.
We didn't say that. That's
but-
how it started. It was like, okay, we'll do it for the kids that we know.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
kids that we
the
know.
kids that come to camp or come to class.
And then it was like one after another. And because we're just so good at what we do. But no, like
They are fun.
All the energy we put into a camp and all the energy we put into everything goes into a birthday party. So it's very special for the kid. It's like a completely unique and designed, catered,
personalized experience.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. It's very bespoke.
yeah. It's like
and
a workshop for that kid.
Yeah. So they become
Specifically,
like the
main character.
the main character on their birthday, in their
their
party,
story, yeah.
in their story, with all their friends around them
With
and their
games
family.
and fun and sometimes too many people.
Yeah, gosh,
It can be stressful.
We had to limit how many kids we have because they get
Yeah.
insane.
Or like there's
a kid on a normal day and then a kid at a birthday party. Different creatures, different things,
and
different
a lot
breeds.
of attention's on them, and there's parents around, and parents having a drink and having fun, and it's a different. It's not a classroom.
No,
Let's
no.
just say that.
It's a lot more work. Like it's way more work than anything for me because you have all these parents watching you.
There's a lot of
all these
energy.
kids want to go have fun, and they're all sugared up. They're mental, and then they're also like they don't want to be with you 100% of the time because all these parents now have face painters and they have bouncy castles, and then they have this and they have that. So there's so many options for the kids that they're just they're on like a 150, you know.
We've learnt to be more relaxed in them, though.
Yes.
I speak for myself, definitely, but like at the start, it's like, oh, I need it to be perfect, like stay with me. But like, I mean, this goes. If you ever run in a birthday party, you know, and you're doing it, just let it be. Like, if the kids need to go off and play in the pool or whatever, don't. Like, as long as they're having fun, as long as they're safe, and as long as you're keeping them on a thread, so they're not just like doing whatever, like then it's fine. Like,
Exactly.
you know,
And as long as the person whose birthday it is enjoying
yes,
it,
the
then
most
that's all that
important thing.
matters. I actually pre-warn parents. I'm like, kids are different at birthday parties.
Yeah.
So if they run off, don't worry about it.
and all kids are different. Not every kid's the same. Some kids
Yeah.
need 5 people in a room and take them on a little adventure. Some kids love having 30 kids in the room going crazy, having a dance party. Every kid is unique and different.
And that's what we do so well is create a unique experience.
We work with the
for them.
parent to make that happen too, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we don't do decorations until maybe soon. We always say we don't. but
Never.
Maybe we'll
I know
look
it's
into
true.
it. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
It's a lot, man.
It's
Everyone
a lot,
wants so
man.
many decorations.
Oh, God. Decorations, balloons.
Just look, if I was a parent, which I'm not yet, but if I ever
we
become
are
a parent,
fathers of the masses.
yes, it sounds like a cult.
Yeah. Well,
If I ever become a parent, I would. Well, I say this now, but I don't know. But I feel like I would.
well,
just
guess what?
have,
You are a brand new father. Here is your baby.
but I would go with the smaller party, man. Just have like 10 kids.
Go for the
Make
small-
it
Actually,
chill.
no. 30 kids, 3 hours. Check out our prices.
No discounts.
That's not true.
A discount for everyone. Jackson. We shot ourselves in the foot.
Oh,
there.
God.
Yeah, we actually do.
How many eyelashes does a human body have?
At least 4, I'd say.
At least one. At least nothing. Come on.
Well, isn't
Is it like a number, or some
well,
people have different numbers? You know.
hair is like really thin, isn't it? I bet there's a lot. Just count. Go on, has a guess. Actually, you can find out whilst we're guessing. Please. You can find
Guess.
out.
Okay.
So rude. Sorry, Jake.
Wait.
Sorry, Jake. Sorry, Arnie. I even called you
There's
Jake.
got to be.
Okay.
There's got to be a couple of
eyelashes.
hundred, maybe.
I would say 1,300.
That many? I was thinking more like 200 eyelashes on your eyes. 1,000 eyelashes.
1,300. You got 4.
1,300. Maybe. I'm more the lower end there, but I could be totally wrong.
What's your guess?
I said 250.
You said 200.
200, fine. 200.
You
I did.
liar.
I did.
He
I did.
lied. He
200.
lied.
200.
Can you, all of you,
200.
3 cameras here, can you see it?
102.
If it's 200.
200.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
go ahead.
200.
A person typically has about 90 to 160 lashes on their upper eyelid and 70 to 80 on their lower eyelid for a total of 160 to 240 per eye.
Per eye.
So like
I'm
So it's
still,
like
480
to be
per
fair, I was actually thinking
person.
per eye. I was.
Trash.
Genuinely, I was saying per eye.
Trash.
But either way, I'm still closer.
Trash. Per eye.
Jake was like thousands of eyelashes.
All
Cut it
right. We've spoken about workshops.
Camps,
We've spoken about camps. We've spoken about birthday parties.
Classes.
Last one.
I've got a little thing to say about classes because I done a class yesterday, and with ABC. And sometimes our classes
These are like in schools.
Sorry. Yeah, to give you more information, we also do classes. We do classes in schools, so that's BISB and BCIS, some of the schools on the island now, after school clubs, where we do a course over 10 to 14 weeks, and we'll build fundamentals of theatre, and then we'll look at a theme, and then by the end we'll either put on a show, depending on what we want to look at. We've
Or a
done
presentation.
or
Or
a presentation. This could be musical or bugs or musical or whatever we're doing. This term we're doing Christmas because it leads to December. Anyway, I think them classes, sometimes it's hard in school because the kids are tired and we only see them so quickly, even though I want to give them more time. That's why I love camps so much, because then we can give them that time. So one day when we have our own school, we can really like delve into it. But yesterday, just for example, I done a really small class, 8 kids, kindergarten kids, and we done the compass of you. And it was just so wholesome. And we looked at like, what do I love about myself? What do I love about others? What do I love doing? And how do I show love? And it was so interesting talking to this with the little kids like Jackie and like Ocean, and we're making our little compasses, and I was like kind of talking about like it's our heart that leads us, like the things we love leads the way, and you know, if we follow our heart and do the things we love, we'll always be pointing in the right direction. And
Pointing in the right direction.
yeah,
I like it.
but
Compass.
it was nice, and it was like just to say it's not like we're not just always just be, but we were using theatre as well. Like we were teaching them about the abstract compass, like N stands for nature, W stands for weird, S stands for soul, and E stands for education. And this was a representation of what abstract kids is, the compass of abstract kids. And we were doing drama games and stuff, and but by the end I just had like this reflection on it and was just like, it's such a powerful, like it's that powerful tool again. Yeah, it's only a small class, but being able to like describe love to them, to like explore this with games and fun. And then some of the things that the kids were coming out of because of this was so sweet. And then I was like, we need to do more of this. I really felt it, you know?
It's a karma lesson, because sometimes
It's a really nice.
we like to go quite crazy in our classes.
Just got to remember to.
But yeah, I think I'll say the things that I like about classes. I like the fact that you have a long period of time with them. And I also like the challenge as a teacher. is to keep them entertained every week.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah, that's the hardest thing, isn't it?
yeah, because you have to come up with like 14 different lesson plans.
It's because we also go that extra mile as
Yes.
well.
Yes, yeah, we do. Yeah, we can't just do a simple lesson.
Yeah.
I've never been able to. I'll always go 120.
It's always an original
50
lesson
million
with original games, original stories. Why are we like
yeah,
this?
they're always original. It's never
Why are we
never
like-
copied from a drama book.
And then we
ever.
never repeat it.
Yeah, and we never repeat stuff.
Why are we like this?
We make our lives so very difficult, but it also keeps it fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the challenge of coming up with new stuff. I like the challenge of keeping the kids entertained, and also, especially in some schools, we've been there for 3 years now. So we've had some kids for 3 years in these classes, and it's like, how do you do stuff that is always keeping them engaged?
Yeah, and you see their growth.
Yeah. And I think we change the theme up every single week so that some kids react differently some weeks, and then some kids prefer other weeks, you know? There's a mixture of everything for everyone. But yeah, I like classes. I think the one thing I'm not so fond of is having to be within someone else's like system or structure.
Yes.
Like having to, not that you're you're kind of restricted in some ways.
In a way, it's someone else's space. That's the
Yeah.
pro, it's a pro and a con in a way, because there's the pro that you're in the community. I like being in like the school community, because then you see the parents, you see the kids around the school, and you catch up with parents, and it's nice. Like I get
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and it's good for us because like we can go and provide our service without always, trying to find the kids.
Exactly. But they're shattered.
At the same time, they're shattered, and you're working within someone else's space.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
The school, if the school doesn't let us do what we want to do, then we won't do it. Like, but if the school is easygoing and they're like, you can do your classes, here's a room, do what you need to do, we're like, okay. But if the school started coming in and saying you need to teach like
this,
like this,
that, yeah.
this is why I don't work as a teacher in a school. I couldn't do it.
Yep. Which will lead us on to eventually opening our own school where
One
the
day.
kids will learn nothing. It'll be pure chaos. Talking of pure chaos.
No.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Who are you, bro? It's so creepy.
It's so scary, I know. But Halloween is coming up. We are doing Beetlejuice.
Yes.
In Phuket and in Hong Kong.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He said it.
I said it. Manifest
it's
that
on
things.
the camera now.
I think Halloween is a great time to be silly.
So fun. It's like the time of the year, like in our other plays, you can't really kill a kid.
Whoa.
Well, you can't. But when it gets to Halloween, because
Yeah,
it's all about
you
the
can-
living dead and all these things, you can just kill kids on stage.
But hopefully Hong Kong happens. I'm going to...
Yeah. You've said it's going to happen.
Yep.
So I think that's it. I
Yeah,
think that's
I mean,
it, you know. I think
that's good.
that's it.
I think that's it.
I think that might be it.
I think that's it.
Let's just say to every camera, I'll say to this one, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
And together,
I think that's it. See you in the next one. Peace.
Huh?
Yeah, you can
The
talk,
answer? Oh yeah, bring us back in.
Honey, you're allowed on our podcast.
Okay, so
Boo, shut up.
Loser.
in certain regional British dialects like Northern England and parts of London, done is just used by itself, and it would be called by linguists a non-standard past tense formation.
So translate
Certain-
that into the most simplest way.
Basically,
Can you say
Certain people
say
in-
done?
yes, you can.
But it's more of a British thing.
Yes.
And it's more of a London or Northern
You can-
British thing.
Language
Yeah.
is one of them things, though. You can technically, as long as people understand you, you can say what you want, and that's how
Yeah.
language adapts.
A linguist would never say something is like incorrect because a grammar is descriptive, not prescriptive.
Cool. That's it. And that's it.
And that's it.
and that's it.
And that's
All
it.
right. Bye. Cheers.
We done it.